What's up, you guys? Back on the video. It's your boy PG21, and we got DDG versus Nate Wyatt fight. Full highlights. Got my man DDG. Look, I'm not obsessed with DDG. Like, he's just my famous YouTuber. He got dubbed in the back with his bucket hat, and you got you got Michi, Demetrius, his manager, and recording the whole thing. And yeah, and you got the main nigga right there, DDG, son. He's about to fight Nate Wyatt. And let's get it started. I don't got nothing else to say. Like it says, he watch my nigga like do his thing and get the bag, and it's over. So like that's it. All right, let's do it.
2 million subscribers, a Michigan native now living in Los Angeles. He's a lover and a fighter, DDG.
DDG, or Blueface call him DD.
A little time. If you get a knockdown, go to the corner I tell you to go to. Wait for me to call you out. Any questions? Touch him up. Let's go.
Nah, we good. Nah, we good. We don't got to touch up nothing. Like,
okay, for the second time tonight, there will be no glove touching.
Extremely quickly, both of them seem like they're putting the pressure on.
No big right hands by DDG.
DDG closing the distance. I would like him to keep a little bit in his range, not so close, and he can capitalize and throw the most power.
Paige, what do you see from their stances and their initial pressure?
Their initial pressure, I like the stance. They both have a low stance. They got their head low. They're both getting a little overextended, right? Rushing forward when they're throwing punches. If they keep their feet underneath them, they're going to have more power, and that's when we're going to see the knockouts.
No, big right hand by DDG. One thing these fighters need to stop doing is turning their backs.
We've seen that. Number 3 tonight, right?
Yeah, you're going to see that.
Oh, good combination. Then over the top.
DDG, I do like his head movement. I like his foot movement. He does, off the gate, in the first minute, look like the more experienced fighter.
And DDG very fast on his feet. It's amazing how fast he is.
He's putting that jab out there really quickly, right? And that jab, a lot of fights you can win with a fast jab, constantly sticking it out there, having something in your opponent's face so they can't hit you.
Well, he's also avoiding these punches, too. He's backing up, getting out of the way of danger real fast. I mean, it's very impressive.
It's great. Like you said, he's getting out of the way, or he has his guard up and he's completely protecting himself when he is in the pocket.
Oh, DDG launching himself into Nate Wyatt. This the second of our 5 featured bouts here on pay-per-view at Social Gloves. Battle of the Platforms. Thanks for hanging out with us on a very muggy Saturday night in Miami. Oh!
Beautiful overhand right there.
Oh, my God.
I think we got a little complaint on a Wyatt. He thought that was the back of the head. But if you're turning yourself, that doesn't count as a strike against your opponent. He's turned into it, right?
That's a great. All of these fights tonight scheduled for 5 rounds, 2-minute rounds.
And he gets on the ropes again.
Fusi is our very, very unofficial scorekeeper tonight. What do you got after the first round, Fusi?
Thanks for the secondary. I have it 10-9 DDG. I see him landing the cleaner punches, and I can see this being stopped early.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Fusi there. It looks.
Big overhand right.
Nate Wyatt seems to be leaving Paige his head at a level that's easy to connect.
He is, and that's the thing. You don't want to have your head in one spot. It's not about where it is. It's about moving it out of one spot. And he's coming in and he's freezing in front of his opponent. And that's where the experience comes in. He doesn't quite have that head movement experience to know it's harder to hit a moving target.
Nate Wyatt just covering up, and if you're going to get count of this fight, and Nate Wyatt has got to start moving around, guys. It just he's becoming a very stationary target.
DDG is not letting him rest, just rushing.
So that ref does not like, son. Like when you sneak a punch, son, you can't do that, son. If he says break, son. Don't sneak it, son. Like let him. Let him allow you to sneak that shit, but don't sneak DDG, son.
Even after the last clinch, getting one in.
And DDG continues to kind of just set up that big right hand Page and launch from halfway across the ring.
Yes, he is. And then DDG, we keep getting in these tie-ups, and that's because Wyatt keeps ducking his head, locking up his head.
minutes to go here in round number 3. So far, it has been all King DDG.
Yeah, now you can see the ref getting frustrated. Like, come on, guys, let's. There it is.
They're both exhausted. They're throwing their one punch, getting tired, locking up.
Yeah, that's like, y'all doing too much hugging, son. Like, stop hugging, son. The ref's like, he's having enough, son. He's like, yo, y'all doing too much hugging, son. Like, I'm not trying to break y'all apart every time y'all hug, son. Like, seriously, this is not the hugging match. It's the boxing match. Let's do it.
It's amazing how quickly the trash talking stops when you're gassed to the gills.
Right.
It does. And then you see them kind of closing their eyes on these punches and throwing with full authority, hoping that they land. But you got to keep those eyes open. Punches and bunches. Set your shots up if you want to finish tonight.
All right, it looks like we will see a 4th round here.
You know what? The great thing about Florida is if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. I've been told that. I've lived here for a year, and I think I've had 100 people tell me that. And it's absolutely true. It should only be around for a few minutes, and we should be dry.
Here's some of the action from that 3rd round.
Amazing uppercut, leading into a lead hook. Where do we get these big refs? Right? We got him, we got Big John McCarthy. These refs look like fighters.
But you absolutely need someone big like this in this situation. These are not experienced, boxers. They haven't had boxing matches before. They're not going to listen. You need someone that will make them listen.
Inside of 40 seconds now, round number 5. Each fight tonight scheduled for 5 rounds, 2-minute rounds. Still to come tonight, our main event, Austin McBroom of YouTube and Bryce Hall of TikTok.
Well, you got to hand it to Nate. I didn't think he was going to survive this.
He absolutely did, and that's the thing, is he took a lot of punches, a lot more damage than I think he anticipated, but he sucked it up and he gutted through this fight.
And at this point, these two are just trying to get to the finish line. And the finish line looks like a DDG resounding victory.
The crowd is already cheering victory.
Decision. Let's send it up to the ring.
Here are the judges' results for this sanctioned exhibition match. Lorenzo Hunt scored the contest 50-44. Coach Chuck scored the contest 49-45. And Keon Wilson scored the contest 50-43, with the combined scores putting the bout in favor of DDG.
Well, it's a very YouTube pro crowd here in Miami, clearly. And on a couple of those scorecards, Keith, the judges thought he had dominated 2 or 3 rounds with those scores.
Wow, unbelievable. It's shocking to see YouTube just win every single one of these matches. 4 wins for YouTube right now. This one, I didn't know anywhere where it was going to go. Now we clearly know DDG is pretty good in that ring.
Let's take a look at the final punch stats presented by Stat Hero. Survived the game, and clearly, this is a DDG.
35 power, 40 totals, and Nate 7, 8. Yo, good job, Nate. Like, seriously, you were 7 and 8, but like DDG, son, like, yo, 35 and 40, son. Like, yo, he kept on like saying that like he need to train, he didn't need to do any of that because like he's been doing boxing like since his childhood. So like, yo, he did all that childhood boxing, all that training that he did, the running, like he did it, son. That's it, son. Like, it's over, son. Damn. And then even though he didn't touch gloves, like he still like shook Nate's hand. Like, he still like was like, yo, good fight. That's it, son. I won. Damn, better luck next time. That's it. Like, seriously. That's what you call good sportsmanship.
Domination.
Unbelievable.
And that's it, son. That's all you have it, son. Like, it was a little quick, but like, yo, you can't even say that if it was like too easy or too hard, son. DDG, he gave his punches, Nick gave his punches, and that's it. Like, yo, it was just like it was unanimous. Because like they went, because like they were gonna say like the first 30 seconds, but they went through the whole five I think 5 rounds. Yeah, it was 5 rounds. Like they went through the whole 5 rounds. Like people, you gotta be like you have to have a good stamina to like go through like the whole 5 rounds because that's a lot. That's like a full exercise. And like me, because I know I'm doing boxing right now too, because I'm starting to like boxing. Like that's no joke, son. Like even like just throwing your hands like this, like yo, that's exercise. Like that's real exercise. So yeah, good job to DG and Nate Wyatt, son. Y'all did y'all thing. And I was rooting for DG, son, because that's my nigga, son. Like, seriously, I don't know Nate White. I don't watch TikTok. Like, I don't watch no TikTok dances or whatever. Like, I still owe y'all the TikTok impatient challenge. Like, I still owe y'all that. But still, my man DG did his thing. So yeah, that's the end of the video. It's your boy PJ Drizzle 21, and we are PJ Game.